Tales of Veldrith. Book 5, The Heart of Magic.
Episode 49. The Price of Shadows.
The ruins of the cult's altar smouldered in the cold light of dawn. The air was thick with the acrid scent of charred stone and dissipating magic. Eira stood at the edge of the chasm, staring down into the dark rift that had opened during the battle. Though the fragment was destroyed, the corrupted energy still lingered, pulsing faintly in the depths below. Brander approached, his weathered face lined with exhaustion.
The ley lines feel quieter, but not clean. Whatever's down there, it's holding on.
Eira didn't turn to face him, her gaze fixed on the shifting shadows in the chasm.
The fragment was just one part of their plan. The Order is still out there, and the ley lines are still bleeding.
Leona appeared, wiping soot from her face as she surveyed the wreckage.
Not to mention, we just made a lot of noise. If the Abyssal Order wasn't paying attention before, they definitely are now.
Eira nodded.
We need to move. The next fragment won't wait for us.
As the group prepared to leave the ruins, a faint hum echoed through the air, drawing Eira's attention. She turned sharply, her hand instinctively reaching for her sword.
What now?
Leona muttered, following Eira's gaze. The hum grew louder, a low vibration that seemed to resonate with the earth itself. Then, from the darkness of the chasm, a shape began to emerge. It was faint at first, like a flicker of shadow against the dawn light, but it quickly solidified into a humanoid figure. Its form was indistinct, shifting and writhing as though it were made of smoke. Brander drew his sword.
What in hell's name is that?
Eira stepped forward, her grip tightening on her weapon. The figure raised its head, and for a moment she thought she recognized it. Its movements were oddly familiar, its presence tugging at something deep within her. Eira, the figure whispered, its voice layered with echoes. Her heart skipped a beat.
Vest in us?
The figure's form flickered, its outline barely holding together. The abyss grows stronger. The ley lines call for balance.
Vest in us? What do you mean?
Eira demanded, stepping closer.
How do we stop this?
The figure began to dissolve, its voice fading. The fragments must be united. Only then can the heart be revealed. Eira reached out, but the shadow vanished, leaving only the faint hum of the ley lines behind. Leona let out a low whistle.
Okay, do we all see that? Or do I need to cut back on the explosive fumes?
Brander sheathed his sword, his expression grim.
We all saw it. And if Vest in us is tied to the ley lines like that, he's in trouble.
Eira turned back to the group, her jaw set.
Then we move faster. We find the next fragment and stop the Order before it's too late.
Back in their temporary camp, the group regrouped to study the map and decide their next move. The shimmering ley line diagram revealed the remaining fragments' likely locations, each one marked with faint, pulsing light. Leona tapped a spot on the eastern side of the map.
Here. The Glass Mire. It's a swamp known for being miserable, full of poisonous plants, and, oh yeah, the occasional disappearing traveller.
Brander frowned.
The mire isn't just dangerous, it's alive. The ley lines there twist reality. If the Order is there, they'll have every advantage.
They're counting on that.
Eira said.
If it's dangerous for us, it's just as dangerous for them. They're trying to keep us away.
Leona leaned back, folding her arms.
It's a clever trap, I'll give them that. If we go in unprepared, we're dead.
Eira studied the map, her mind racing.
Then we don't go in unprepared. We'll bring enough supplies and magic to counter whatever the Mire throws at us. We've faced worse.
Leona raised an eyebrow.
Have we? Because I'm starting to think the Valewood was the easy part.
The trek to the Glass Mire was arduous. The terrain grew wetter and more treacherous as they approached, the air thick with humidity and the sickly sweet smell of decay. Strange plants dotted the landscape, their colours unnaturally vivid, as though the ley lines themselves had twisted the flora. The group moved carefully, avoiding the pools of water that dotted the swamp. Each step sank slightly into the ground, the mud clinging to their boots.
This place feels wrong.
Brander muttered, his eyes scanning the dense undergrowth.
It's the ley lines.
Eira said.
The corruption here is worse than we've seen before.
Leona paused to examine a glowing flower, its petals shifting colours in the dim light.
Whatever magic's running through this place, it's not stable. If the Order's working here, they've got to be desperate.
Eira nodded.
Desperate makes them dangerous. Stay sharp.
As they ventured deeper, the swamp began to change. The trees grew taller, their twisted branches forming a dense canopy that blocked out the sun. The air grew colder, and the faint sound of whispers drifted through the undergrowth. Leona stopped suddenly, her hand on her satchel.
Did you hear that?
Brander nodded, his sword already drawn.
Voices. Close.
Eira strained her ears, catching faint, disjointed words. They seemed to come from every direction, echoing off the trees and the water. She gritted her teeth.
It's the ley lines. They're trying to distract us.
As they pressed on, the whispers grew louder, forming coherent sentences. They spoke in voices Eira recognized, her mother, her old companions, even Vestinus.
Eira, you can't save them. No.
Turn back.
The Abyss is waiting.
She shook her head, forcing the voices out of her mind.
Don't listen to them.
She called to the group.
They're not real.
Leona snorted.
Easy for you to say. I just heard my dead uncle yell at me for stealing his boots.
Brander tightened his grip on his weapon.
Illusions or not, they're getting in our heads. We need to find the fragment fast.
They reached a clearing in the swamp, where the water was still and unnaturally clear. At its centre stood an ancient stone pillar, its surface etched with abyssal runes. The fragment rested atop it, glowing faintly. But the clearing was not unguarded. As they approached, shadowy figures rose from the water, their forms rippling like liquid. They moved with inhuman grace, their eyes glowing with abyssal light.
More of the Order's creatures.
Eira muttered, drawing her sword.
We take them down, grab the fragment, and get out.
Brander stepped beside her, his shield raised.
Ready when you are.
Leona grinned, pulling out a vial of bright green liquid.
Let's make a splash.
The shadowy figures attacked with unnatural speed, their limbs elongating into sharp, liquid blades. Eira met them head-on, her sword flashing as she parried and struck. Brander moved beside her, his shield absorbing the creature's strikes as he fought to protect the group. Leona stayed at a distance, hurling vials of explosive fire and acidic mist. Each explosion sent waves of energy rippling through the swamp, forcing the creatures to retreat momentarily before reforming.
They just keep coming.
Brander shouted, driving his sword through one of the creatures, only for it to dissolve and reform a moment later.
They're tied to the fragment.
Eira called back.
We have to destroy it.
Eira pushed toward the pillar, cutting through the shadowy figures as they tried to block her path. She reached the fragment, its glow pulsing in time with the creature's movements. The whispers in her mind grew deafening.
Destroy it, and you'll fail.
Leave it and you'll survive.
Eira ignored the voices, raising her sword. With a powerful strike, she shattered the fragment, releasing a wave of energy that dissolved the shadowy figures into mist. The swamp fell silent, the oppressive energy lifting slightly. As the group regrouped, Eira retrieved a piece of the shattered fragment. Its surface was etched with more runes, but these glowed faintly, as though the fragment's power wasn't entirely gone. Leona studied it, her brow furrowed.
This fragment feels different, like it's holding something back.
Eira stared into the swamp, where the shadows lingered on the edge of her vision.
The Order's getting stronger, and we're running out of time.
Brander sheathed his sword, his expression grim.
Then we'd better keep moving.
Eira nodded, her resolve hardening.
To the next fragment. We end this, no matter what it takes.
Thank you for listening to the Tales of Veldrith. Books 3 through 5 are now available on Kindle and in paperback. Visit mattytaylor.com for links.